What's up, guys? Mikey in the building. Before I clock out for the day, I'm going to go over LGVN. I thought this was a phenomenal runner today on the long side. It was a day two continuation play, um, and they had a lot of great breakdown zones, things that I went over in my last video. The book on this for Bookmap was phenomenal. Tons of absorption and continuation, right? Um, you know, day two continuation plays. Okay, I did mark 195s right here. Potentially, thought this would come back. Because sometimes they do. They pull in a little bit deeper, and then they continue. Right. Kit was a semi example of this, where a few days ago, Kit down here actually pulled actually into 27s right there, so I was able to get a little bounce. So this actually did that, stuff and then weaker open into that previous pivot area and then curled. But the structure on this one compared to LGVN is a lot different. These, drastic up only moves, and then you have open market volume trying to push, and you can see this 5-minute VPA down here where it sets up, pretty much a lower highs and does not break out or follow through. And this one did have a lack of bid support on these moves on the book, so that's really important, right? Compared to LGVN, right? So, it's important to study structure and to see how they're actually structured into open, how aggressive the pushes are up versus how they're leading into open, and then how the open reacts, right? So, like, you can even see this type of structure down here, very similar. And then if you look up LGVN, a little similarities right here, but it doesn't just shoot up into highs or previous areas of interest, of high interest that I can see that were on the daily wise, right? Couple key levels on this one to really pay attention to are just view up days, right? 275 important day, 350s, and then 390s. Okay, and this one was phenomenal. If you actually draw down the 4 a.m. breakdown zone right here, and then it starts to curl, you know, this is an area where it tried, and then pulls back into and does not get heavy and breakdown. Now, this one is actually really important right here. I waited to draw this one out, right? This is a huge consolidation zone right here. I'm going to keep them red for now. I usually keep them white, but, you know, this is a big reclaim area. All right, these were first ads for me. I didn't get in here. I was actually trying to trade another name, but quickly stopped out of this and put all eyes on this one. The book in particular was phenomenal on this one. All right, this is that breakdown zone that you're seeing right here. I only wish that I got in. No, it's okay. A miss is a miss, but most importantly, adds into here, and then watching this actually consolidating and playing this setup right here. All right, a few reasons. Okay, sellers come in, right? It's coming. I thought this would start to pull back more, but that didn't happen, which is okay. But this area right here in particular is very important, of high interest to me. Sellers come in, selling gets exhausted. You see some buyers stepping up, but then a nice new bid, right, steps up 29,000. All right. Uh, Sellers get exhausted right here. There's not a lot of liquidity trying to hold this book down too, which is great. Level 2 wasn't that heavy as well. If anything, there were single sellers on the level 2, something to pay attention to. But really watching where previous sellers are and then seeing where buyers are interested. Okay, so this one was great. You know, this one especially right here. I like this right here. All right, this was a nice area where sellers come in, get exhausted, and there's still appetite. There's buyers. Level 2, time and sales, things were definitely lighting up over here. All right, it's very particular, right, when I'm seeing some of this, because this does break down. This happens so fast. I can't really see shorts trying to get in here unless there's just some quick bell opener shorts that will short open print. Okay, cool, right? So that's a nice spot, area of interest. But then particular these areas right here is where I can see some interest and no follow through and some potential shorts trying to get in this and actually catching a move and then having to stop out and then actually get caught into a hold, or stopping out, not getting caught into a hold. But again, so these particular areas on this name from a day two type of move setup were key. All right, now this right here, open print, and then also this flag right here consolidating, and VPA was actually pretty nice on this right here. And then this is where that big squeeze came. So if any shorts were in this, trying to look for a fade on the daily, right? Which is okay, because if you think about the day one move, we're up a lot from day one. Okay, maybe particularly looking for this type of fade, and then for it to fade down, go red. I don't know. I just think the structure on this one was really nice, right? There's not a huge clear out. This weaker open into bell, and then the weak open at bell into a previous area, and almost consolidating with this with increasing volume. To me, that is key. All right, back to the book. All right, there's a couple other spots too. Okay, this is another area too, which I thought was phenomenal. Right down here, this is another breakdown zone. All right, another breakdown zone. Okay, particularly, so I would have dumped it and popped it right there, which I already did on my other one. Okay, this is another clear breakdown zone. There's multiple areas right here on the book where sellers do try to come down and shove it down. Okay, but now there are still buyers very interested where sellers were trying to shove it down. Okay, this particular area right here too is key, because if shorts are trying to join this, who missed this again, very similar to that first move that we saw in the beginning before it ripped, halted, and got a little funky, right? This was a freaking huge, quick, fast dump, right? Huge, big dump, consolidation with no follow through. This thing was very grindy. Buyers were stepping up where sellers are. This was particular really nice on the book to me. All right, so yeah, the second rehit on this one were 260s, and actually catching this for a pretty sweet move was actually phenomenal. A couple things to look out for too, right? Is again these particular areas. This is for Parth 2 in J-Rut's room, right? So you got to be really mindful too of, oh, here it is. Again, this area of interest right here in particular, where again, we're seeing this name when you look at, when you use the book and you're utilizing it and you're looking for price auctioning, right? You're going to see a lot of similarities. So, this drastic move again with no follow through, this is a nice breakdown zone right here on the book. Okay. So this happened multiple times. Things that keep me in the trade, uh, sellers are trying to shove this down, but buyers are still showing up and showing interest in this. Okay. Even right here, this should fail, but it does not. Buyers are still very interested in this on the way up. You can see that. And this is what we're looking like right here. Okay. Those are the zones, right? Multiple zone ads right here, and this consolidation right here. I stayed in this right here. I only added a little bit more up here, but I did size into this particularly really heavy, and this area right here pretty heavy. Okay, so these were the ads for me where I averaged up to 30s. I sold pretty much all my shares out of the unhold, and averaged up right here. This is what made me stop out, because this dump happened, and I was like, okay, I don't want to go ahead and start giving back a lot of profits, trying to hold or accumulate after I averaged up. So I cut that and then re-averaged into this area right here, right? Wanted to see some confirmation of this not breaking down, especially on the book right here at 10, right here. All right, this particular for me, right? This area was really sweet to add into for a couple of reasons to me. The removing of this liquidity where a previous seller came in, and then this not breaking down nor getting heavy. And then right here, before this started to go, there was more bid support started to pile up on that book, right? 32K. So pretty tight risk too if this does not work, right? 10 cents potentially. So, there's a couple ways to look at this and view this for breakdown zones and utilizing the book to see where sellers come in and then buyers step up again, right? Um, it's so important though, right, to understand what kind of daily you're trading and start to see how potential price auctioning happens when utilizing the book. I find that very key. LGVN was amazing today. I tried to trade CRO, but yeah, that was dumb, right? These quick pops right here, I'm just starting to realize to leave them alone. I like structure sometimes, but it's like, you know, this thing was heavy as nails. Okay, I did take a loss on this. I tried to soak in here, expecting a move right here, and then it just stayed super heavy and filled its gap and made new lows. This never fails to amuse me, where I'm like, oh, the daily can't make new lows, and then it makes new lows, right? And I'm not hanging around for that. All right, when I take some shares of this and I don't see this thing moving, and especially on, I'll tell you right now, really really easy to show. All right, oop. Especially right here, and there's no more follow through right here after this. Yeah, that's not good. This thing is, you can just see how sellers were controlling how heavy this CAR penny stock was. Insane, you know. I thought this would try to go right here, when they try to pull this offer right here, but still just no appetite, no follow through after offers are pulled, and still super heavy selling into the bids on this one. So yeah, that one did not work out. This was the first one I tried, quick cuts, and then I focused on LGVN because it had a price alert set to see if it would come down. But yeah, that's all I got. Key factors: look for liquidity on the book, see how price auction is being tested on it, and then zones, baby, zones. All right, guys, much love, peace out, Mikey.